call who they need to talk to, whether it's practice finance, SBA loans, conventional loans, real estate loans. We try to do the gamut. So those are some of the things that we're trying to start up right now. We know that there's a need, and I don't know if anyone saw it yesterday, but on the back of the front page of the Washington Post, and Marvin Clark, I think he just walked in, he made a quote. We made $525 million in loans to small businesses last year, and we hope to do the same thing this year. So we do have a commitment to the community, and we're striving to get that done. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions. Libby, credit is obviously paramount when you're talking about lending. Could you give an introduction and tell how Clarity for Consumers is becoming?
Sure. First of all, Clarity Services is a real-time credit bureau, and we work in the non-traditional lending space with alternative financing. Clarity for Consumers is a website that was launched, and it provides what's called a Clarity Credit Report, which is a different type of credit report that consumers and lenders use to provide capital or funding to other lenders, small businesses, or consumers. So the Clarity for Consumers website is, number one, an educational website that we're trying to encourage consumers actually to go on that website and find out what a Clarity credit report is, because it's a different credit report than the traditional 3 credit reports, so that they can be as financially aware as possible. And also on that website, they can also look for different lenders who actually are a Clarity Services customer as well. So if they're looking for a loan or in the non-traditional space, that's a way for them to actually find out about their credit in the non-traditional space and actually look on the website and find a lender that might use the credit report. In addition to that, we also have a learning resource page where we're trying to educate consumers, again, to be as financially well educated as possible on the non-traditional segment out there for them. So again, just trying to promote financial literacy around the country. And we thought working with the Black Chamber is the first step for us as well.
Thank you. What I'd like to do now is, like I said, I want to make sure everybody gets an opportunity to speak and kind of give their story. Dr. Sargent, I'm going to ask a question of you, if I might. Just to better clarify, you report directly to the president, but you do not have necessarily a political affiliation. Dr. Sargent actually works for us. He works for the people. Could you kind of expound on how that, what challenges that might present, or what you actually are accomplishing on our behalf?
Well, the Office of Advocacy was created back in 1976, and it came out of need because as regulations or as policies were being formulated or being promulgated by federal agencies, they didn't take into account the needs of small businesses. So this office was created to be an independent voice for small business, and it is structured such that the chief counsel, which is me, would be nominated by the president and confirmed by the Senate, but I wouldn't represent the administration. I would represent small businesses to the administration. And of course, what that does is that creates kind of a feedback in terms of I amplify your voice, and so there are ways that I can amplify your voice that you can't. Both because I have a research budget that I can do the research, but I don't just say, well, this is a problem. I can spend money to say, well, this is a problem, and let me show you why. But also, I'm called many times before Congress to share my thoughts or to share my office thoughts on who's in compliance with the various rules or the various policies that have been set forth. And so it can create a dilemma sometimes where I'm charged to speak out against some federal agencies. Like, for example, I was the first executive branch official to call for the repeal of the 1099 provision. Of course, when you're out in front like that, that creates problems because some agencies will ask, well, whose side are you on, or what's going on? But I stress that I'm on the small business side. I'm charged to make make sure that the voice of small business is heard as well. And so there are many ways that I can work behind the scenes, work at the executive branch level to make sure that, that the goals that are set are actually followed. Work with CFPB, for example, to make sure that as they will craft out new regulations, that they're going to take into account you, and also we have roundtables as well where we'll invite members, members from these agencies to present their case in terms of what they're trying to do.